Hey, what's up, guys? Manduke here again, and today I actually want to bring to you some food for thought that involves how they could go about updating the Pokemon Go app. Gotta catch them all. I already admitted that I play, so obviously I'm checking it out. Now, there's a couple things you may not know about it. One, the nanotech company actually did Ingress before they did Pokemon Go. Gotta catch them all. And within Ingress, there's an opportunity to submit new portals. Now, the portals end up transferring to being Pokestops, and I don't know if it would necessarily work this way, but you could feasibly get Ingress, submit a new portal, and if it's approved, it could then turn into a Pokestop. So you're in a situation where there's no Pokestops near your house, and maybe there's a church around the corner, or there's something that's fairly close that you could actually get it, because they're not going to let you have a portal just because it's your front yard. You would actually have to have it be a legitimate place. But if there's something that is a legitimate place in your neighborhood, or maybe there's your neighbor has a statue in his front yard or something that could actually be a legitimate thing, then you could submit it in Ingress, and it could actually transfer to being a Pokestop. At which point, then you'd have a Pokestop in front of your house. You could put your lures on it, and it would attract people to your neighbor's house. But that's not what I'm saying as an update. I don't know if it works that way either, but I do know that the Ingress encourages people to create new portals, so you might be able to get new Pokestops. Gotta catch them all. That's just an idea. Anyway, what I actually want to say is I keep hearing people talk about how they're going to update it. I've heard a rumor that they may have Season 2 of Pokemon out by Christmas. That'd be awesome, since I already know people who have caught them all. Gotta catch them all. I would like to see some different updates, but I don't know how that's going to work. But they're talking about updates where you'll be able to trade items and you'll be able to trade Pokemon. Now, I got to be thinking, well, if I could just trade, then I could definitely like power level somebody by hooking them up with stuff that, here's unlimited balls, or here's incense, or whatever. And I wouldn't necessarily want to be able to do that. Plus, on top of that, I could give people if I was a high enough level, I could give people high level Pokemon, and then they could go and take over gyms. Now, granted, no matter how you go about it, you're going to be able to gotta catch them all. Find a way to cheat. As I understand, the local Mystic team, which I'm Team Valor, but I understand the local Mystic team likes to, when they find a rare Pokemon, they will actually exchange their account numbers, and then they'll log into a bunch of other people's accounts, and everybody catches that Pokemon. It's a good thing I'm not allowed to carry a gun, because I would be serving judgment. I wouldn't give up my Gmail account for anything, because access to this channel is much more useful, but I use my Gmail for Pokemon. I'd have to start up a new character with a new email address, just because I don't trust people. Google Wallet's attached, because it has to be for my AdSense. Go figure. Yeah, I'm not gonna give out my password. Sorry, guys. But that's what they do. So obviously they can take advantage of things. Now me, I don't know that I could stop that, but I do understand like the tracking thing they are taking their time with, because they want to be the only ones that have a tracker. So there's no outside app like PokeVision or whatever, or PokeNotify, that lets you know when there's stuff in your area when you're not using the application. Or I think PokeVision allows you to log into different places and like finagle your location so that you can catch rare Pokemon. Now that's some bullshit. I don't think that should be possible, and I understand Nanotech doesn't want that to be possible either, which is why it's taking so long to gotta catch them all, update their software and make the 3-step thing actually work. Now I would like to see them make it work better, but hey, shit happens. What I would like to see is, instead of it just flat out trading items, I would like to be able to walk up to different people that whether I know them or not, and battle my Pokemon against them without having to go to a gym. I fight you and we wager items or wager Pokemon. and that could be a way of trading. So but you still have to go through with a fight. So yeah, if you wanted to trade, then I fight my Magikarp. Gotta catch them all. And you fight your Gyarados, and we know who wins that. But if you wanted to, actually fight each other, then you could fight people. You wouldn't necessarily have to wager things, but you could always wager things. I could wager my Pokemon and go that way. Gotta catch them all. Then at least it would make it, you could be more fun with it. On top of that, I would like to see them implement something that makes it so you can hold the gyms a little bit longer, because it flips over fucking 8 times a day is too repetitive and it's a pain in the ass. It makes it not fun. The only thing I really take over the gyms for is to collect coins. But it sucks if I want to, collect 8 coins or 80 coins, that I have to take over 8 gyms, but by the time I get to the second gym, the first one that I took over is already flipped to Instinct, Mystic, back to Valor, but I'm not in it, so I'm not in it. I also would like them to update it so that when I'm training in the gym, my Pokemon maybe gets a little stronger. I mean, he's battling and winning fights. You would think it would raise his CP. He would get some experience out of that and level up instead of just the gym leveling up. I think it makes more sense that way. I also think it would make more sense if... Gotta catch them all. I'm going to get 6 Pokemon to attack an opposing gym. I should also be able to get 6 Pokemon to train my own gym. Or you should only give me 1 Pokemon to train my gym, then you should only give me 1 Pokemon to attack a gym. So that would make it more difficult for... Gotta catch them all. Anybody, because you only get 1 Pokemon. So, if you gotta attack into like 6 of them, you can't plan, for your Vaporeon to be able to deal with everything. And so that would make it a more even experience, and it makes it more difficult for everybody. And making it more difficult makes it so it's harder for people to do things, and if it's harder for people to do things, then they're going to keep being challenged by it. If you make it so easy that it's never really a challenge, then people are going to get bored of it and move on. But anyway, that's my thoughts on how they could update Pokemon Go. If you have other ideas, please, comment below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll check you out next time. Gotta catch them all.